Have you ever stopped to think about what is in the water that your feet are sitting in between dives? Or worse yet, what you're handling with your hands when dumping the water from your boots in between dives? The Econa Seeker boot eliminates that concern and the need to remove your boots at all. Thanks to a unique footbed with micro holes and a rubber sole with channels, excess water naturally drains from these boots while you wear them. Don't waste time between dives worrying about what is inside your boots, and don't trouble yourself or others by removing your boots. To get your pair of Seeker boots, visit your local Econa dealer today.
Good Monday evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Safety Stop right here on the Pennyroyal Divers Group and our YouTube channel. JoJo, long time no see.
Oh, yeah. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, exactly. Yesterday when, we got to play with the new dock.
Yes, we did. Big milestone on the dock.
Yes, I am so glad that, we are, 95% done with it?
Yeah, I mean, everything's done in the water, up through the steps. I'd say you're 99% of the way done with the railing as far as the top side goes. I think we got one top board that needs to be cut and put on.
That and the railing on the walkway.
Mm-hmm. And then you're looking at, we talked about extending the ramp just to make it a little less steep. So
Yeah, with the water down the way it is right now, we're probably what, foot and a half down right now.
Yes. Yeah,
So, huh?
I think planning for this level is a good idea because it does get down this low. So
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's a little steep. You can slide down it really. But so yeah. So until we get it finished, it's going to be off limits until we can make sure everything is good to go. Get everything finished up on it. But yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of great weekends at work, getting everything lined out, getting the dock built, and surprisingly enough, up until Saturday, we built it in a couple of different pieces, and Saturday, Joe can attest, we were looking like this is going to be a heck of a job getting these stairs into the water and getting them attached.
yeah, we thought that was going to be like the all day Saturday, maybe most of the day Sunday job right there,
Yeah, and I
and we
think,
had it done in half a day.
oh yeah, well, the oh, we were being smiled down upon apparently because everything went right. Just could be expected, the best possible outcome, even though we were planning for the worst.
I mean, really, the only thing that was off was our 4x4s by a couple inches.
Oh yeah,
Everything else did great.
we'll blame that on Mike since he just popped in and said I'm here.
No, he's probably the one that kept most of it in line.
Well, I tell you what, he couldn't have designed it to make those steps fit any tighter.
Yeah, yeah. It was, and I mean, it was funny too because I'm the counterweight to make the steps sink.
Well, and we
You
were
know?
thinking that we were going to need like two or three concrete blocks just to get it to go down, and you made a good counterweight, JoJo. So I want to throw this out real quick because JoJo got to play in his new dry suit this weekend,
I
and
did.
so I'm going to throw this out. Don't say anything about it, Joe, because we know after yesterday how much you have to have weight wise to go under. So what I want to do is go throughout this show, this segment, and see if anybody can guess how much weight you dove with yesterday. Not how much you need, how much you dove with yesterday. I think that'll be a good challenge, don't you?
How much I need, or no, not how much I need. How much I dove with.
Yeah, how much you
Okay, so
dove
two
with,
different
not
numbers.
how much you need. We'll give extra bonus points if they can guess how much you need with the dry suit. Mike says he's going to bring a good tape measure next time. Good evening, Mr. Sean Bowen. Good to see you in here. Of course, Chris McKay. Good evening, sir. Yeah, so we're rocking and rolling. It's we're getting counting down the days to opening season 2023, and we've got a lot of projects that we're going to try to get done. So when you guys come and visit during the summer, you're going to be like, awesome. You guys have really been working hard. So much needed improvements.
I mean, and the doc's just one of the many things we want to do.
Oh,
So
yeah. I mean, this thing looks, if you've been following the post on our main Facebook page, this thing is looking awesome. Uh, JoJo, y'all used it to get in the water yesterday. How much easier was it getting in, getting suited up, and you dove side mount?
yeah, easy. Literally stepping in the water. I had to have a little help getting my fins on because I couldn't quite reach my ankles. But
Well, and
even
that's
that,
another story right there. Whose fins were they?
they're rental fins.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a couple of guesses. We've got Emily. Good evening. Has guessed 37. Now we're not going to reveal what it was until the end of the show. So just so you guys know, throw your guesses up there, and we'll go over them at the closer to the end. Uh, John Land, can you tell us how much JoJo weighs? Well, I can't because I don't know. Uh, but he was in a dry suit, so I'll let JoJo answer that one.
All right, so I actually got to give details. I can't just let them guess blindly.
Well, now, in John's defense, he doesn't know you that well. I don't think you've ever met him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, in his defense, I'll give him that.
All right. So my weight, as of a couple hours ago, was 394.
Okay. All right.
So,
So we've got that out there, and and he was in a dry suit, not a wetsuit.
dry suit, okay,
And
neoprene wet hood, dry gloves.
what thickness? What thickness is your undergarment?
450, 450
450.
grams. So that's thick undergarment. Other than that, I ain't telling you the other stuff. There wasn't much.
How about the size of the dry suit, John? It's a custom,
It's a
so
custom fit.
so
So
I
you're looking at me. It fit me.
yeah I don't know what exactly because it's a custom, so it's not like a 2x 3x, a typical size.
They labeled it tent size.
They labeled it in size. So Mike says dive 45, need 35. So okay, we've got some good guesses coming in. So uh, anywho, oh, there we go. All right, so keep the guesses rolling in. We're gonna talk a little bit more. Couple things that come across the international, or shall I say, the dive industry, that news that I didn't know about until a day or so ago. But if you're familiar with the cameras, the Paralens cameras, I didn't know this until this come across. Apparently, they have went out of business. So if you own or you know anyone who does own a Paralens camera, um, most likely there's not going to be any more support for them. So, just so you guys know, the company Paralens, I don't know if you've ever seen them, Joe. It looks like a flashlight, except it's a camera.
Oh yes, I have seen them.
Yeah,
There ain't many of those out. I wonder if you kept it boxed up, it'll be a vintage, high-priced item later.
probably not, but you know, it is one of those
You
things.
can dream, right? Because it
You
is kind of one of those weird. I've seen like one. It's like, oh, I got a light and it's a camera. Like, oh, that's cool.
yeah. Well, I know Stephanie had one. I think she sold it back in the summer. But yeah, so just so you folks know, if you have one or know anyone that does, they are out of business. So there won't be any more support unless somebody comes in and buys the company and picks it up and carries it on. There's a lot of competition in the underwater video photography. So
Well, you got a lot of lights. You got a lot of photography. You got a lot. Trying to mesh those two together are very hard too.
well, and I
All
think
the things we go through to make the lights work with our video is crazy.
oh yeah, I mean you take the surface. I've got four big studio lights on me right now. If I didn't have these things on, you wouldn't be able to see me. Put that underwater, and you need about double the amount. So it's silly crazy about how much lighting and stuff that you need. But I have no idea what just happened. But okay. All right. So John says 40 pounds. Jeff Hoyer, good evening, sir, is coming in at 50. Emily wants to know if this is going to be like Price is Right. If you go over, you're out. uh, and of course, Mike come back in and says, "I bid $1."
I'm
Jake,
actually surprised the guesses that are coming in.
uh,
So they're at least not too bad on it.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of like playing darts. I mean, they're.
Yeah. Well,
uh,
I was expecting somebody to come in here and go, you don't need no more than 20 pounds. You never need more than 20 pounds. I was like, 20 pounds can't even get me underwater without a wetsuit on.
and Jake's popped in here. Good evening, Jake. At 55 pounds, so he must think that you want to go sink directly to the bottom.
55 pounds will sink a lot.
It will. Okay, so in other news, I've also learned if you guys are familiar with the brand Oceanic, Pelagic, the former Aries. The founder of those companies, Bob Hollis, passed away apparently on January the 4th. I mean, he was one of the uh, early on divers, focused on uh, photography, videography back, oh Lord, 70s, early 80s. But anyway, he passed away at 85. So I know they sold the company, American Underwater Products, here a few years ago to Hewish. So learned that. So I don't know how I keep missing out on like some of these industry news things, but you know, uh,
It's Maze. He's not just Hollis. He had like three scuba businesses, right?
honestly, I don't know how many he had. If I'm not mistaken, somebody can probably chime in on this, but I believe he is the founder of Hollis. So
Founded it, probably sold it to upscale it. He's probably done that 3 or 4 times, is what it sounds like.
but anyway, I know some of our reps knew him. I didn't know him, never had a chance or the pleasure to meet him. But I mean, 85 years old, good long life, and a big contribution to the sport that we all love. I say sport. Somebody said the other day, don't you have to have spectators to be a sport?
Well, that's why we're doing benches.
Hey, we're the spectators. We're spectating the marine life and being good stewards of the underwater environment. Let's see. Emily says she needs 14 with her dry suit, and she's a walking stick. We got some good guesses coming in here.
Cool.
And the only other thing that I have on my little list here, and apparently this just happened, I guess this week. Don't have a whole lot of information about it, but apparently a recreational diver got or is lost down in Cozumel. So it says diver lost to a down current in Cozumel. So I haven't heard any updates or any specifics on it, but I'm going to try to research that. I love Cozumel. I mean, it's easy diving, but things can happen, currents can change, and so I'm going to try to find some more information on that.
Those down currents aren't something to play with. I
No,
was
oh
stuck
no,
in Bon Air, so
yeah, no, and like I said, I mean, currents can change, boom, just like that. I mean, when we were in Bon Air in April, we done a night dive or started a night dive, and it that current kicked up while we were down, and
hmm
man, you know the little wreck that was right off of the house roof that should have took you
We didn't
10
make it
minutes to
to.
get to. We never seen it in a hour dive. We never seen it.
Yeah, we didn't make it very far. Stayed in one
No,
spot.
it took us 45 minutes to go one way, and then we decided to turn and go back. It took us 5 minutes to get back to the dock.
And
That
then
was.
that last dive I was down there, which I was stuck in the current going out. Of course, we started going against the current in one direction. It switched, so we
Yeah.
started going the other direction against it, and it switched again. Yeah, we couldn't win that day. It was everywhere we went, it just would not cooperate.
I hear you. Tim Walters just typed in here a minute ago. He joined late. What are we guessing? So, Tim, JoJo, I'll just give you a quick backstory. JoJo has been waiting on a dry suit for 3 years. He finally got his new dry suit in a couple of weeks ago. Well, he made his first dive in it yesterday. And so, what we're guessing is how much weight did JoJo dive with yesterday, the first time in his new dry suit? So, that's what we're guessing. Not how much he needs for a dry suit, how much he dove with yesterday. We've got some good guesses,
Hmm.
but I haven't seen you need 10 pounds come across yet. And I haven't seen you need 100 to come across yet either.
Oh, oh! I swear, there's some people out there that argue black and blue. You never will need that much. Get right.
Mike says it's not that we're looking at marine life. We scuba dive so the marine life can look at us. Looks like Dad's in here. Good evening. Larry, let's see, Larry was or is still there. Yes, I think he's still there, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've seen pictures. I think they had a couple of groups going last week, or this week, next week. So yeah, so I know there's a group from our local area, not from us, but from one of our local shops that is in Cozumel right now. So may get an update from down there. I don't know. Okay, John says, "Oh, first dive will go up to 48 pounds." So all right, so we're still getting the guesses, JoJo.
Hmm.
All right. Well, keep those guesses coming in. JoJo, do you have a piece of paper there handy?
Yeah, I got one.
So why don't you write down how much weight you used yesterday? So when we get ready to announce it, all you've got to do is just hold it up. Because I think I remember how much it was. I know the ballpark, but I want to make sure we get the exact answer. And this is where the Price is Right theme will come in, Emily. Dun, dun, da, da. Don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered. Oh, he's got the paper. All right. Oh goodness. Local news. Not a whole lot going on at the park. Of course, our big project. If you've been keeping up with the main Facebook page, we've been posting photos of the progress on the new dock. A couple of projects after the dock, but we got to get this thing finished first. Haven't posted it yet, but I did get a video of them bringing the dock over to its position yesterday. I think it took them like 2 minutes from the time they started. We had Brian Scooter, so I
Yeah, he
think
was able just to grab the line and pull it. It was absolutely piece of cake. One to get the dock moved over to the deep end, and then to put the stairs in and move the stairs over. I mean,
and we didn't drop any tools off in the water. Just lost one socket.
one socket there the whole lot.
And that
Not
was
the
Brian.
drills, not the power saws.
Yep, yep. We didn't lose any power tools. I don't think we even lost a screw, but
No, I don't think we even lost a screw. It was just one socket.
yeah. Uh, let's see. Tim says, "I want to know how many times JoJo hiked back up to get more." uh,
I expected it, and I brought a crap ton down with me to start with.
It looks like Mr. Todd Ransford's joined us. Good evening, sir. Glad you could attend this evening. So, just to kind of reiterate, we are just guessing at how much weight JoJo used yesterday, diving his brand new seaskin dry suit for the first time. So, we he got the suit in just after Christmas and hasn't had a chance to get it in the water until or dive with it. You got it in the water last week,
I've been in the water with it to
but you
work on the
hadn't been,
dock.
but you hadn't been underwater with it.
Yeah, and yesterday was the first time for about 30 minutes as I was getting my weighting and everything situated.
Oh, that's right. For some reason, I was sitting here thinking you and Brian done side mount, but you was actually back mount yesterday.
I was actually back mount.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
forgot my regulators. They're in another box
Yeah.
of scuba gear.
So you done the basic rookie mistake. You didn't make sure do your checklist, make sure everything was there. what
Uh,
what was that I said?
Everything's side mounts new. The dry suit's new. I haven't figured out a way to organize it yet.
Well,
As I say, I'm used to just throwing everything in that one bag.
it,
All the wife stuff, all the kids stuff. They're all in their separate units, and then I got my bag.
this is all I need. Woo.
Yeah, that's it. It's like I know I need this stuff. It's going,
So
and now everything's everywhere, trying to keep track of what I'm doing.
So are you going to have a bag for recreational back mount and then a bag for recreational side mount, or
That's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's another topic. As far as organizing your gear, if you've got just a basic set, your BC regulator, fins, mask, all that you can keep in a bag. That way, when you're ready to go, hey, that's great. But when you're like me or JoJo, other divers that have multiple sets of gear, whether it's a side mount rig setup, back mount, doubles, whatnot. Takes a little more organization to make sure you've got everything in order.
Well, I mean, I have it where normally I get off work on a Friday and I'm throwing everything in the truck to come down there that afternoon. So,
let's see. Chris McKay says, "Oh well, that's easy. 19,050 grams." So my calculator, it's a Monday, so my internal calculator is not calculating correctly. JoJo's probably punching in the figures there.
now I'm keeping track of all these guesses.
Oh, okay. I got you. Think About Les had his. I'm trying to. I don't remember exactly how much he or how he had his organized. I remember he'd show up in his black truck and go dive, but I don't remember how he had everything organized. Let's see. Kenny McGar, good evening, sir, says, me and Dad are going to sort ours and prepare for Curacao next month. Ah, tropical waters.
Tropical waters are nice. When are we going back?
Oh, well, I mean, you're heading to Florida before I get to go anywhere, so.
We'll be in Florida in about 2 weeks, enjoying the springs.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that's about as tropical as I could get right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the kids snorkeling down at the Blue Heron this summer. Have a
Yep.
blast doing that.
All right. So, how many guesses do we have so far, JoJo?
I got 8.
Got 8 guesses. All right. So, I'm just wondering if you haven't thrown a guess up, throw it up there. And let's see. All right. Jordan wants to know what thermal did you wear under?
450 grams.
A
So
400
pretty
and
much thick undergarments
yeah, 450 grams.
on my 400-pound butt.
So you was under yesterday. Visibility looked pretty decent. How was it?
Yeah, it was probably about 30 feet of visibility.
Well, we had that rain come through last week, and I think it rained a little bit Saturday night. Uh,
Well, I probably had it a little stirred up too because I was kind of playing on the platform, using the platform to steady myself, and then doing flips and turns and all that fun stuff
yeah,
you got
but
to do.
but you wasn't on the bottom, so you wasn't stirring up that
No,
much.
it was kind of just cloudy around me
And I bet it was
working
a
on
nice
that.
and I bet it was a nice toasty 82 degrees, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Actually, I was. It felt like another dive. I was not cold.
So we've been guessing your how much weight you dove with yesterday, uh, but in all honesty, we have been waiting for JoJo to get his mysterious suit that we honestly thought he was just saying he ordered. But honestly, this is a company that I'm not familiar with, and I'm sure there's several other people that's not familiar. Uh, but so, how? Give us kind of a review of this sea skin dry suit.
Well, I'm impressed so far. As I said, I got a tri-lam suit, custom fit with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Um, I think the only thing I probably screwed up on was the connection point between the socks and the suit itself. I probably could have went an eighth of an inch wider there, uh, but it's not really causing me any problems. I can just tell it's a little tight. I really just extended the torso a little bit on my telescopic torso to take care of that issue. So it might have
So,
been I just had that too tight to begin with. So
so on your dry socks, because I know helping you get them off yesterday. Is that's what you're talking about, right?
yeah, they where they glued to the suit itself, that tape around there. Yeah, if there's
Gotcha.
no give right there, it's you gotta have that measurement right. So a little bit more play in there would have been all right, but that's really the only thing I see. I love the plastic zippers; they are easy.
Yeah, and that's in all of my years of diving, that's the first time I've ever seen a plastic zipper like that on a dry suit. I mean, I've seen the outer plastic zippers,
Mhm.
yeah, I've seen those, but your inner seal, only ones I've ever been familiar with were the metal ones.
Yeah, and my dry glove system. Brian liked them so much, he was texting me today saying he was going to order him a pair. So I have not your stand. I have the Cuba dry glove system, which it's a metal system that just clamps together. Doesn't take much to clamp them together. And they work just fine. I had a pair of gloves under them for insulation.
Yeah, and that's
Dexterity was good. A lot better than my 7 mil wetsuit gloves. So
and if I'm not mistaken, you had your seals intact, so even if your glove flooded, your suit wouldn't flood.
theoretically, I would have had to have taken the glove off and pulled the inner glove off
Yeah,
of my hand to do that.
yeah.
But
What?
yeah, I could have quickly taken care of a leak there. My hands would have just really been cold.
Yeah. Um, let's see.
I was using the gloves themselves to break the seal.
Yeah. Jake's wanting to know a price range. I think you gave what? It was less than 2,000 for years, wasn't it?
Pretty much right at 2 grand. Once you
And
get it in it was 1,800 for the suit loaded. And we're talking, uh, I got Kevlar knee pads and buffed up sides and shoulder pads, and got the P valves, pockets, the torso. I've upgraded a bunch of the little stuff on there.
yeah,
Pretty
and
much I got my own name on it.
yeah, it does. It says JoJo on it. I mean, his undergarments, his dry suit, both of them. So there, if somebody buys a suit that looks identical to yours, then there's no way you can confuse them. Well, number one, there's his name. So that was pretty cool.
And I mean, we're not just talking $2,000 for the shell. That was for the undergarments as well, and the rock boots. And I think I was like 18. And then of course I had port costs I had to pay, and a little bit more on the shipping because of course prices are going up everywhere.
Yeah,
So we're at the 2,000 mark
yeah,
US.
and of course the wait time. What was it like? 2 months,
3 months.
3 months.
I give
So
some of that to the holidays because you get Thanksgiving and Christmas right there.
well, yeah, and then of course the shipping because this does come from I believe England,
Well,
so
the
or
shipping was
UK.
actually, they had it to me in like 2 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I emailed them the day after New Year's saying, "Hey, what's the ETA? I don't want to rush you, but I just like to know when to expect it." And
Yeah.
like, yeah, your suit was done on the 20th. We forgot to email you, get another $30 from you for shipping. I was
Oh.
like, oh. So I was like, yeah, no problem. They sent me the PayPal account. I paid it. They had it to me. I think that was on Tuesday. I had it on a Thursday.
Oh, okay.
They overnighted it to, it was UPS or yeah UPS. So they pretty much
UPS.
flew it in from UK. It went through customs, paid customs after they sent their crap out,
Yeah.
and UPS delivered it. Yeah, delivering was fast actually.
It was just the shipping, so or the from order to shipping when they shipped it out was about 3 months.
Yes. But
Gotcha.
hey, you're gonna. I'd expect that from anywhere else. I mean, how long
Oh,
do you try to go with USIA?
oh
It
yeah.
was,
Well,
it
if
was
you're ordering a
3 months.
custom suit, then yes, you're exactly right. Because they're going to custom make this suit, and of course, you know, before the pandemic started, USIA had an awesome suit. If you got your suit before the pandemic, great suit. Luckily, even though they have went out of business, a lot of their seals and their valves and stuff are SciTech. So those seals and exhaust valves can be worked on. Can unless you just take your suit to a shredder, then suit's still an awesome suit. I mean, I was gonna order one, but unfortunately, after the pandemic and they went downhill, and dealing with them with JoJo's suit, which that was another story in itself.
Well, and it's like I'm talking about the suit. It comes with an Apex inflator.
Yeah.
Um, I got replaceable. I think they're side tech replaceable neck rings and
Yes.
you know
Yeah.
cuffs.
I looked at that on your suit, and it is. It's the SciTech Quick Tie or Quick Neck.
So I
Uh,
mean everything else is name brand. The only thing physically is you know C skin is the suit itself. Everything else is name brand.
yeah. So let's see. Jake says 1 week in this spring he'd like to take a look at it. So well, I'm sure anytime that you're at the park, JoJo, it's probably not going to be far away.
Probably not.
Even in the summertime, I guarantee you
Probably
he'll
not.
have it. He'll have it close.
as I get a chance to take it out, I probably will.
Well, and of course, even in summertime when you go deep, dry suits are nice to have. And, if you ever get it back from Brian, your heated vest.
I got it back.
Oh,
He should have his own today.
oh, okay. So, if you guys, didn't know it, our instructor Brian has been doing some teaching and stuff, technical, and so his dry suit, the zipper messed up, and I'm talking the main zipper. So he had to send it off to get it repaired. Well, he got it back. The new one has messed up, so he had to send it back. He has been diving in his 5 mil suit, wetsuit, 5 mil, in 49, 51 degree water. And anybody who knows Brian knows if he's not underwater for at least an hour and a half, something's wrong.
Yeah, and I mean,
so
he's
he,
doing deco dives and all that in a 5 mil. I'm going no.
so I think what last weekend he borrowed
He
your
borrowed it last weekend. And he borrowed it this
this
weekend.
weekend. So Venture Heat heated vest apparently is the go to, the one of the best economically priced for what it is. You know, JoJo's heated vest can be used with a wetsuit or a dry suit. So I know we talked about that before the Christmas break.
Hmm.
The Venture Heat, and you know, Brian never did really say how well it worked. I just asked him if it kept him warm, and he said yeah. So I don't know if he had it on low, medium, high.
Well, apparently he was very impressed considering he bought one.
Oh
After
yeah,
that was-
oh yeah. Well, and I think that's why because his dry suit is out of service, and he couldn't use his dry suit vest with a wetsuit. So now he's got versatility.
yeah, I mean, it's just going to help. We can wear a 5 mil and get to be comfortable in 56-degree water now. So
Oh yeah. All right, so it is 8:40. So we're actually gonna have JoJo to reveal his how much weight he dove with yesterday in about 5 minutes. So if anybody else is tuning in, if you kind of getting in late on the live cast here, what we are doing is JoJo dove his brand new dry suit for the first time yesterday, and we are guessing how much weight he used, not how much he needs, how much he used. So I will tell you that the how much he dove with and how much he needs, there is a difference. So all I'm going to say about it.
yes, there's a difference.
uh,
Uh,
so Mr. Tim Walters just said, so Chris, when can we start diving? You know, we're diving now. I mean, with all the upgrades and stuff that we've got going on, typically, I mean, we're there pretty much every weekend. We're not quote unquote open, but if you holler at us, let us know. We can let you know what our work schedule is. I mean, the last 3 weeks we have been busting out this brand new dock. So we've really been hitting it hard trying to get the dock done because we've got a couple more projects that we're going to try to get done, some big projects before opening weekend. So we're there pretty much every weekend. Just shoot us a message and find out when we're going to be there. I know on Saturdays, usually in the morning, I can't be there because my son has archery. So that kind of ties up Saturday morning. So I usually get in Saturday afternoon, uh, noon, 1 o'clock. But if I'm not there, Jeff's there or Brian's there. Somebody's usually there. But just shoot us a message, and and just let us know when you're thinking, and we can tell you when we're going to be there or whatnot. We don't have a problem with folks diving when we're there working, because we have our the work areas, kind of closed off. So, uh, yeah. So, yeah. I
You
mean,
just have to
we're
get our
we're diving,
attention when you need an airfill.
huh?
Might get our attention if you need an airfill.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we won't be running the shuttle, all of that stuff. I mean, it'll be pretty much, dive. If you need an airfill, all you got to do is holler at one of us, and we can. Uh, Usually, we've got the side by side down there, down at the water while we're working. Excuse me, while we're working, so we can throw it in the back, take it up, fill it for you. Uh, yeah, we're easy, so it just depends on who all's there. If I only got a couple people there, it may take us just a little bit, but we'll definitely take care of you. Let's see. Chris McKay says he's looking at a new statue for the memorial as well. So, all right. So we may have to bring Chris on at a future date once he finds a new statue, and let him talk about it. So sounds like a
Yeah.
great idea. The underwater memorial has been an awesome sight. Our divers are great. As far as when they visit the site, we haven't had that I know of, haven't had any stones moved, knocked over. I mean, all of our divers have been respectful, and hasn't touched it. So that was one of our big concerns was somebody getting in there, not intentionally, but kicking around a couple of the statues, fins hit it, knock it over, whatnot. But luckily, I haven't had any reports of it knocked over, nor have I seen any of them knocked over myself.
Yeah, Chris, we try to keep that area pretty cleaned up, including the plant life that likes to go around it. I like the plant life, but we have to keep it cut back. So we look at it quite, and we brush them off too when we go by.
Yeah, it's probably the one that gets the most scrubbing attention.
Hmm.
As far as clean. So everything else, it gets hit once, twice a year. I think that thing gets hit at least once or twice a month. So, except in the wintertime. All right. Well, JoJo, it is 8:45. So, let's see. Oh, Chris says he's got more dog tags to place as well. Awesome deal. Let me throw this out real quick before JoJo holds his little piece of paper up, and then we'll talk about waiting, or Joe's waiting issue. But if you guys don't already know it, 2 years ago, I believe, Chris can correct me if I'm wrong, is when him and his group, Sheepdog Impact Assistance, a veterans group, put in or donated the statues for the memorial site, which is to recognize veteran suicide. Hence, is why it's in 22 feet of water. But anyway, going forward, after the initial reveal of the site, as a fundraiser for their veteran group, on Memorial Day, or I guess Chris can say probably even before Memorial Day, you can buy dog tags with you know someone who has served or passed away in the military, armed services. They will make a dog tag, and then Memorial Day weekend, we do a little ceremony unveiling of the dog tags, and they take them and they place them on the Century, I believe, statue. So I mean, it's a great project. These guys do awesome work. Disaster assistance. I can speak, personally. Back a little over a year ago, when the big tornado came through in our area, him and his guys come from southern Indiana and helped with some of the cleanup and all of that. So they do a great job, and so this is their way to raise funds to be able to go help those who are impacted by disasters or veterans who need some assistance, whatnot. So great organization.
It's a very good organization.
Sorry, I kept my voice kept wanting to crack. All right, JoJo.
All right, any last
So
minute guesses?
so any last minute, throw them up on the comments, and I, I know I could put a countdown timer on this thing, but I don't have time to create it and throw it up. So anyway, last chance. If you have any final guesses, JoJo, how many guesses do you have right now? Still 8?
Yeah, I got 8.
Okay. So, do you have who guessed? Who all made a guess?
I got 2 actually on here that got it.
Oh, okay. There's a hint right there. So there were 2 people who guessed it. So everybody go back through the comments and see what 2 answers are the same. All right, JoJo. The time has
All right,
come.
ready? Okay.
How much weight did JoJo use yesterday? That's it.
Here's that.
Hold on. I'm waiting for it to come through the stream. I'm seeing it on my end. There we go.
I'm
Okay,
saying
yeah.
it.
Used 42, needs 50. So who guessed it right, JoJo?
Chris McKay and Mr. Dennis.
Oh, okay. So we had a lot of close answers, I know, because I
Oh
see
yeah,
like
they're close.
48,
They're actually a lot
46,
closer than I was thinking.
50. Yeah. So I mean, that. Yeah. It. It was really funny when he came up because his first words were, "I can't air my suit up. If I do, I'm coming up." So without any air in the suit, you were neutral.
Yeah, it was everything I could, and I actually had to pull myself down a little bit to get myself neutral in the water. So right around
Uh,
20 feet is where I stayed. If I went up, that was it. I was coming up.
so now here's the next question, and we'll ponder this until next week. How much weight will you need side mount? 2 tanks.
Good question.
Well, starting
Uh,
off, you could probably be all right with 48, 50, but now you've got
it was
twice.
it was actually weird because basing my BCD off my normal configuration with a 5 mil, changing over to side mount with 2 tanks was the same.
Okay.
I was at 24 pounds for both.
Okay.
Um, I can actually do it with 20 on doubles, but then I was too positive when my tanks were empty.
Yeah.
So,
So, all right. So, let's see. Dad wants to know what size tank and kind. Your aluminum
standard
tanks.
aluminum 80s.
Yeah, standard aluminum 80s. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to be buoyant once they get about 1,500. They're going to start wanting to float.
Yeah, you got to add about 4 pounds. So,
Yeah. So, and this is off topic. I was going through and on the group, I guess it was earlier today, and I hit the videos, and I think I'm fixing to work on a project where I'm going to try to get all of our Monday night safety stops downloaded and be able to get everything over on the YouTube channel and have it available on the website. But I didn't realize there's a bunch of episodes.
yeah, yeah there is.
I mean, I went back like all the way to 2020, right after I first started doing it, and I didn't have. It was just me,
Just you.
microphone, no background, just and so now got the nice, lovely quarry background behind me, and uh, you know, JoJo's here joining us, so it's come a long way. Oh, let's see. All right, JoJo. Well, it's about 5 minutes till. Uh, do you have any final thoughts?
Mm. Another great weekend. you
Uh,
know, 23. 2023 is already off to a running start. So,
that it is, and just so I want to look this up real quick.
a
See what
lot
our
going on, lots still to do.
there is a lot to do, but there's a lot that's been done too. This new dock. I figured, it's going to take us a month at least to even get it halfway ready, and here we are. 95% done, and we've got really 5 days invested working in it or working on it.
hmm But
So
I mean, we still have the mapping project going on too in the background.
oh yeah,
Uh,
and that's another thing that I've seen some drafts of it, um, but I think our divers are really they're in for a treat. They really are because we of course JoJo and Brian and them have done excuse me kind of the legwork on it, but it's actually being developed by a professional. Um, what do you call it? Like an amusement park attraction map company. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the final outcome is on it, and I think the deadline they're supposed to have the final done is March. So just a couple of months away.
that'd be nice, and to have that thing up and for people to use. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice piece of eye candy for sure.
Oh yeah, and of course, the reason that we're kind of I say going all out on the map project is because our game plan is to have it on slates where divers can actually dive the park with their map. So that's the game plan right now. So we're almost halfway there.
Yep.
Let's see. Uh, all right, so the official countdown, the official timer says we are 74 days away, 6 hours, 4 minutes, and 8 seconds from opening day. Did I lose audio?
No, you're there.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's giving you a thumbs up. They're going, "Yay! Time to go diving."
They're like, can you speed it up? At least warm the water up a little bit.
Turn the heater on.
Um, and I don't remember. I think so. One last little tidbit here, because we're getting close. We got just a couple of minutes left. Uh, I know when we was on last week, it was the day before the season pass sale. So just want to give everybody an update on that. Season pass is sold out in less than 6 hours. So they went on sale at midnight Tuesday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning, and I think the last one sold at 5:40 in the morning. So they did go the Black Friday sale. We sold out in the first 10 in 10 minutes, and of course these last 10 took a little bit longer, but sold out in less than 6 hours. So that's actually a new record because usually it takes us a couple of days. Usually by the third day is when we usually see it sell out, but this was less than 6 hours after they went on sale.
Hey, that's good. People want to go diving.
A lot of people ready to go diving, and so all those folks. Just want to give you guys a heads up. The passes will be going to print within probably the next week or two, since the season passes are sold out. Um, what we're doing is going to go ahead and get them printed early, and go ahead and get those out so that you guys should be getting them in the mail, unless you indicated you wanted to pick it up at the office. In that case, then when next time you're in, you can just pick it up when you check in. So, but if you didn't indicate, it'll be coming to you in the mail.
Alrighty.
So, a lot of good stuff. This has been a really fun show, talking about everything that's going on in locally at the park, and of course in the industry news, things that we didn't know. So yeah, JoJo, do you have anything else?
No, I think I'm good. Say, you interested in my dry suit? Hit me up. You'll see me walking around in it.
Yeah, you can't miss him. It's blue and red, so it is blue and red. All right, guys. So I just want to say thank you, guys, for tuning in with us each and every Monday night that we're on. We like to sit around, chit chat, engage in scuba talk with all you guys. Of course, we had a little bit more fun tonight with guessing how much weight JoJo had to dive with yesterday and how much he needed. But we've been doing this show since the start of the pandemic in 2020. And, so just as a way for us to kind of get together and chit chat about scuba, if you can't get in the water, might as well talk about it. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Until next Monday night, Chris McKay, I see you said save postage. You'll pick yours up. I'll make that note and let you pick it up at the quarry. So until next Monday night, guys, I want to appreciate you guys tuning in with us, and we will see you out in the water. JoJo, I don't know when I'll see you again, but if I don't see you before Florida, y'all have fun and take lots of pictures for me.
We'll try.
All right, we'll catch you guys here next Monday night. Pennyroyal Divers Group, Monday Night Safety Stop.
We are education. We teach the world's most respected system in diving.
We are exploration. We introduce millions to the underwater world.
We are community, connecting the world's largest and most active tribe of divers.
We are conservation. We create ambassadors for the preservation of our ocean planet.
We are Patty, and we are a force for good.